You know, guys, I was just thinking, and I feel like something is missing from the video. And I'm not sure exactly, well, it might be, no? No? Oh, I remember what it is. Check this out.
Howdy, boys, before the video starts, consider hitting that subscribe button, even go as far as to like and comment. While you're doing that, you might as well spam it on scammer.
Alrighty, boyos, welcome back once again to another video. How are you guys doing, guys? You guys haven't seen the intro in a long time, and I know it's a running meme on the channel, and a lot of you hate it. So I have to throw it in there. Every once in a blue moon, I could go through a period of getting 30,000 new subscribers and just never use it, and then just use it out of nowhere. You know, whenever I hit 50k, I'm going to use it. Guaranteed, I promise. Guys, today we're going to be talking about what are modded weapons in Fortnite Save the World. Because I feel like a lot of people get this as a misconception on what modded weapons are, really. You know, mainly what I expect from this video is I'm going to get a lot of little kids to watch this, or a lot of traders to watch this, or, you know, Plankerton, Stonewood players, people that watch people like Dan7, essentially. I feel like I'm going to really cater to that audience in this video, but it's not really meant for them. It's more meant for the actual player base. So for any of you guys that were wondering what modded weapons are, because you've probably heard of them, and you've probably heard a lot of misconceptions of them, in today's video we're actually going to discuss what a modded weapon is, and basically everything there is to know about them. So let's go ahead and get started. So how exactly do modded weapons come into fruition, and how do you really get modded weapons? Now, the gameplay you guys are watching in the background is obviously just some gameplay for fun. You know, if I was going for the most optimal gameplay, I'd be playing as not Dire. I'd be playing as Urban Assault in this gameplay, but I'm not. You know, I'm just, you know, as a fun gameplay in the background. You guys will notice at one point or another, I'm going to show the schematic. It's a legacy weapon. It is actually a gravedigger with 2 fire elements on it. Which is very interesting. You know, it's a gravedigger I've had for a very long time. I haven't made a video on it as of yet, so I figured that I'd use it in the gameplay in the background. But it is a legacy weapon, and if you guys don't know, legacy weapons do not do as much damage as normal weapons. If you guys don't know what a legacy weapon is, I guess we might as well start there. A legacy weapon is basically a weapon that nobody decided to use the perk recombobulator on, and at some points in the gameplay, you're going to see me pull out a 106 gravedigger of my own and shoot some of the enemies with it, and you'll notice that I do a lot more damage than a double fire 130 gravedigger. Now, in that double fire 130 gravedigger is obviously modded. You can't get 2 fire elements on a gravedigger normally, and for any weapon for that matter. So how do you get a modded weapon? To get your hands on a modded weapon, first you must do something, okay? Pretty much anything. I mean, honestly, I would suggest making something obsidian on purpose, and then asking Epic Games for help. Now, this is where modded weapons come into play, because you do not get modded weapons through modifying the game files. There has been no modded weapons that are in the game that have been reported to have ever existed through modifying the game files. You're not really going to be able to do that and not get caught to begin with, you know, anyways. So the only way that modded weapons come into fruition, the only ways that they exist, is through Epic Games' own screw-ups. Now, if you guys don't know, I've done tons of videos on modded weapons in the past. All you guys got to do is just go through my, you know, weapon review playlist, or my Fortnite loot playlist, or something like that I got on the channel, and you can see tons of videos I've done in the past on modded weapons. So if you guys do kind of want to get familiarized with what kind of weapons are out there, you can. Hydras, Founders Revolts, Gravediggers, Nocturnos, all that kind of stuff. But the way that you will get your hands on a modded weapon is by Epic Games' own screw-ups. That is the only way that a modded weapon comes into existence. So say, for example, I'm sitting here and I make my Nocturno obsidian on accident. It's already Shadow Shard, but this is a scenario. Say I make it obsidian on accident, right? Well, maybe, you know, I'm like, well, dang it, dude, I wanted it to be Shadow Shard. So I contact Epic Support, and I'm like, hey, you know, can you make my Nocturno Shadow Shard? Because I accidentally made it obsidian, and obviously we have no way to revert it in-game, so the only way that you're going to be able to do it is through Epic Games Support. So they're like, alright, we'll do it. Well, there's been plenty of cases in the past with people that have attempted to do this with Epic Games, and when they get their schematic back, they log back into their account, and they're like, huh, So I asked them to make a Shadow Shard, they did that, but for some reason it's got double an element, or it's got perks it's not supposed to have. Or for example, there used to be a Fortnite YouTuber named TC Thief. He no longer does Fortnite videos, but you know, he gave me a shout out a long time ago. He's a very awesome guy. I think he still streams Destiny or something on Twitch. Really cool dude if you guys haven't heard of him. But basically he did the same thing with his Gravedigger. The difference with his Gravedigger is that he wanted them to make it Shadow Shard for him. Whenever he did, they made it 121, power level 121. And if you guys don't know, Shadow Shard caps out at power level 106. Basically, whenever he asked Epic Games for support and, you know, to help him out with it, they gave him a power level 121, which is a Bright Core or a Sunbeam kind of power level with a Shadow Shard weapon. So, you know, just random screw-ups like that happen all the time. There was a video that I did on the rarest weapon in the game. This guy asked for assistance with his Founder's Revolt and with his Hydra, and what they did is they spliced the perks together. His Founder's Revolt had nature, his Hydra had energy. They actually gave his Founder's Revolt nature and energy at the same time, and they gave his Hydra a bullet chaining perk. It was literally very recent. It was like a few months ago, if that I did a video on it. If I can remember, I'll have a link in the description or pop up somewhere up there. But you know, it's a really cool instance that happened. It's the rarest weapon in the entire game because Epic Games realized their mistake and they reverted it back. So there's many cases of modded weapons happening, and Epic is no stranger to really screwing up. Personally, I've never had anything like that happen to me before, but this happens all the time through Epic's own screw-ups. You know, if you do happen to get a modded weapon that has double the elements, for example, say you get a Nocturno and it has fire and it has water on it. Say you're using your, like, I guess if the main one was like fire, I guess, right? If the main element is fire, you know, the first element, then it's going to take fire to be the main element on that weapon. So if you go up against nature husks, you're going to do a lot of damage. But if you go up against fire husks, you're still doing fire damage, because your fire takes over the priority as it's the first element in the perk list, and it reads that perk, or reads that element first. So basically, if you have a double elemented weapon, it means nothing. You know, at the end of the day, your double element weapon means nothing. It only does what the first element does. You know, there's plenty of ways that you can get your hands on modded weapons, you know, if you're trading with people or blah, 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 but I'm here to tell you guys firsthand, modded weapons are garbage. The only modded weapon that's ever been decent whatsoever, like I said, was that Founder's Revolt spliced with a Hydra. Now, I did a video on that, and it's really good because it's a shotgun that has bullet chaining. And I actually gave that to a Twitch streamer that I really enjoy watching. His name is Criddle Craddle. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of him, but he's an awesome guy. We've actually raided him before on live stream, but I love that guy. You know, I gave him my Hydra, the rarest gun in the game, just because, well, I already did a video on it. But at the end of the day, guys, modded weapons aren't anything like unique. I mean, yeah, they are unique, but they're not special beyond that. You know, they were only modified by Epic Games and then put in the game accidentally. You know, the word modded, you know, a lot of people consider that clickbait whenever you're talking about modded weapons, but the definition of modded falls under, you know, exactly what's going on. It's not supposed to be intentionally made that way, you know what I mean? And even Epic Games didn't mean to do it, as seen with that Hydra. So modded weapons have always been a hot topic in the community, or at least for the trading community for the most part. But like I said, I'm not going to try to pander to those guys. I just kind of want to get the information out for you guys, the actual player base of the game, just in case you didn't already know, because I actually did, you know, I had Split Screen or Morgan hit me up for some video ideas like a month or two ago, and, you know, I just gave him the idea. I was like, hey, you know, you can make a weapon, a video, you know, God, I forgot the word, edumacating. You can make a video educating people on, you know, modded weapons and stuff, but he mainly covers news. You know, he wasn't too interested in it, and, you know, I just kind of came across the idea again in my head, and I'm like, you know what, I might as well do it. This is going to be the only upload for today, guys. I've been insanely invested in Red Dead Redemption. I'm going to try to get, you know, second channel videos and stuff like that, like, flowing again, I guess you could say. But my new PC comes in next week, so thanks for the second channel. They might halt for a little bit, And then whenever that PC comes in, things are going to get crazy, because as soon as that happens, I'm going to get a new webcam, streaming capture card, a lot of stuff is going to be changing on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But guys, that is pretty much it for me in this video. I just thought that I would educate you guys on what modded weapons are, because there's not really a video out where people actually talk about this kind of stuff. I haven't really seen anybody do it, so I figured I would sit down and do a little bit of a commentary, go over tons of stuff with you guys, and just talk about modded weapons in general. But guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Whenever I first got introduced to modded weapons, I actually thought you could get banned for them, but you cannot get banned for them. You know, if any of you guys are going to ask that question, I'm sure there's going to be like 30 billion thousand people in the comment section that are going to ask if you can get banned for them and had not watched to this point in the video. So to that I say, shame on you. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly do appreciate it. Make sure to use the support a creator code demonjoefr. Open up that description and check out the links down there. Got a ton of stuff in there. And for those of you guys that are members to this channel, I'm actually going to be making some emotes either tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to be making some new sub badges for you guys as well, so you guys can use them in the streams and in the comment sections. It's going to be pretty freaking dope. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.